Probably should have looked at the weather before I decided to longboard across the city today. I'm trying to ride on the road as often as possible because these seem to be a lot more salted than the sidewalks. Not leaving without any form of warning. I'm sure that isn't well appreciated. I have one busy or different week than I traditionally do, and then I get out of the habit of doing some of the positive habits that I'm supposed to do, either making videos or going to church, reading books. I quickly fall out of those good habits. And it takes a lot for me to actually get back into them. Once you get used to not doing something, it makes it so much harder to actually start them again. And by ignoring those good habits, I allowed habits of arrogance and complacency, laziness to creep in. It really allowed me to just stifle. I have really missed you guys. Over the past few months, I really haven't felt inspired to create stuff for myself. I was kind of in a creative survival mode where I was doing really only what I needed to for my clients, and then everything else, I was just exhausted. So I really didn't have anything left for myself. And I really didn't feel like I was at a place that I wanted to be vulnerable with y'all either. So, now I'm feeling at a much better place, and I'm feeling more healthy. I feel like my creative tank is a little more full. So I spent some time thinking about what I want this channel to be and what I want it to grow into. And I think it's going to be more aligned what my life mission is. And that mission is to inspire others to see the world bigger. I think it's important that you understand why that is my life mission. So I'm gonna take you back. Alright, so in the summer of 2018, I was asked to join on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to travel around Europe. I was a part of this all-state band and choir, and we sang in 5 different countries, and we visited 7 in 2 weeks. I had always enjoyed my trips with my family growing up. But they were just that. They were trips, they were vacations. And it wasn't until this trip I grasped at how big the world was. I was hanging out in Paris and just thinking that every single block had its own almost mini culture, and one block away was so vastly different from one street over. And I saw that all across Europe. I saw that in London, I saw that in Paris, I saw that in Switzerland, in Liechtenstein, in Austria, Venice, and in Germany. I got to sing in 5 of those places, and it was the most life-giving trip I've ever been a part of. Sure, we got to see all of the sights. You know, we saw, Tower Bridge, Buckingham Palace. We saw some really cool things in London. I mean, I went to the top of the Eiffel Tower in Paris and I saw Notre Dame. I saw the old Olympic Village in Austria. But that's not what I took away from it. What was so cool about this trip was being able to see firsthand for the first time how massive the world was and how lucky I am to be a part of it. Each person has their own lifestyles, and the more I realized how big the world was, the more I realized how small I was. Traveling is one of the most educational things I think you can do. You are thrown into a different culture and said, all right, go and survive. And you have to adapt. And it is incredible. And I fell in love with it. Inspiring others to see the world bigger comes from this trip. When you realize how big the world is, the smaller you become. And I think that's good. So we're going to be venturing into growing our worldviews, and not just our worldviews, but our worldviews behind our worldviews. So it's going to be traveling, it's going to be engaging with different cultures, it's going to be literature and expanding our mental capacities. It's going to be conversing with one another. It's going to be food. Food is really important to me. I've realized the communal power of food, so we're going to be talking about food and drink as well, and man, it's gonna be fun. I'm not necessarily sure how often I'm going to be able to post, because I'm still trying to figure out my schedule. But I do have energy again, and I'm so excited to share that with you. I am loving what I've been able to do thus far, and I have a few trips already planned, some for really soon. So you can bet that I'm gonna be posting about those trips. Anyway, if there are any topics or discussions or anything that you want talked about, please drop them in the comments below. And I love reading your comments. It means the world to me, and if I can make some content about it, I absolutely will. So, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, share it, comment, and if you want to join on this crazy, fun, adventurous ride, why don't you subscribe? Hit the bell, get notified when I post. I will be advertising when I post on my Instagram, which is @AndrewJWineley. So please follow along there. It is always a joy and a pleasure to be with you. And until next time, soldier on.